Alright, today I'm going to make a wall vase out of this piece of maple. It's 12 inches around and 2.5 inches thick. I found a pair of these at the thrift store and I figured it'd be a nice vase, and I'm going to cut off the flat side of it when we're done and mount it on the wall. But it is time for show and tell real quick. I have to turn for a couple weeks with a finger condom on because I burnt myself with the hot glue. I was messing around and we had a bunch of spare wax from candles, so I threw it in the crock pot, melted it all down, and turned this little bowl. I'll show some pictures of it. But when I did, I put the hot glue on it, went to mount it on the lathe like I normally do, and it just slid right off, and a big blob landed on my finger. And I probably should have just toughed it out and let it cool down, but I was trying to get it off there. It was so hot, there was so much of it, and it peeled my skin right off with it. So be careful of that stuff. And one other thing, I've gotten some questions about how YouTube, how all of it works, and how do I find the links in the description. So right down here in the corner, there's a little picture of me. Right next to that is a subscribe button. You click on that and you'll be updated every time I upload wood turning video. And underneath that, a little thumbs up, always appreciated. And then right in the middle here is a little button that says show more. If you click on that, it brings up a page and it has all the links to my other channel and Facebook. And then if I'm, was featuring, something in the video, a tool or some finish or whatever, I will put a link down in that little box. So you just click on the show more and it all pops up and it's all highlighted in blue. So, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I have the speed turned down to 600 until I get it true, and I'm just going to use a bowl gouge and work on the rim here a bit. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Then I'm just going to work my way around it. Okay, I'm just going to true up the face here now, and then we'll start to give it a shape. Okay, I'm just going to measure. I want a little bit of the glass sticking up on the top, but the majority of it on the bottom. So I'm just going to go about right there, and then cut into the center here. That should be good. So we're just gonna. The hole's actually just gonna go all the way through, but I'm not gonna bust it through yet. I just want to get it in there a ways. Pull that out of the way. I'm just going to come in with the parting tool and until I can get the measurement right. All right, that's really close, and I'll just adjust it a little bit. Okay, I know it looks like a giant frisbee, but hopefully when I'm done, it won't. All right, and I'm gonna put a little bead on the rim here, and then I will go ahead and turn it around, and I'm gonna cut a little bit of a recess there to grab it with the jaws from the other end, and I just have it on a screw chuck right now. All right, that looks good, and actually this is going to come off. I wasn't thinking about it when I was turning it, so I'll pull that part of it off, or cut that part of it off. Okay, let's need to cut a little recess in there, and then we'll turn it around. All right, so all I did was recess that in there a little bit so that I can put it in the chuck. The way the vase is going to sit in it, you're never going to see that. The vase is going to be down in there, so it doesn't really matter whether it's curved to the same shape as the vase or not. I forgot all about sanding it, so I need to do that first before I pop that through and can't do it. All right, there's a couple rough spots in it right here, coming across there and then right there. So I'm gonna power sand that off before I start hand sanding. So I'm not sanding on it all night. All right, there we go. I got most of the little tear outs on the end grain off of it, and then I'll just hand sand it and then we'll flip it around. Okay, I'm just finishing up with 600, and then I'm gonna put a coat of beeswax over it. Try and get this to shine up a little bit. Just hold it on there, let it get hot. And just take a paper towel and buff it off. There we go. And I really like this burl right here and a little bit of spalting on this side. So I'm going to cut it off flat across here and then mount this side to the wall, so we save all of that stuff. It's got a little bit of everything, quilting in it and burl. All right. And let's clean up the bottom. Okay, I just put a pencil line. So that's the top of the vase, and I'm actually just gonna come in about right there because it's tapers down. And so it fits in there, nicely. It's not just flopping around. It's a little bit of a taper. Okay, and then I'm just gonna hand sand this side. All right, there's 600. And I'll put a coat of beeswax on this side. And we'll cut one side of it off, or a little bit of one side, so we can mount it on the wall. All right. All right, so all I did was cut a flat side off on the bandsaw, and then I took the Forstner bit and drilled out the rest of that. And once I got it cut out, and I was looking at it, the bottom side is actually much better than the top side, much prettier, a lot more burl in it. You can see that side doesn't have quite as much, but once I looked at it, once it was all sanded, I wanted this to be the top. And I think this side is sloped down a little bit more too, so it'll look better when it's mounted on the wall. So I'm going to use these little brackets here, and all you do is mount one of them onto your piece, and the other one onto the wall, and they just slide together and lock right in, and it keeps it level too. You can do you could use little keyways too, and just drill out into that, and then put the keyways in. But these are just much easier and faster, I think. So I pre-drilled one of the holes already, so I'm going to mount this one up there, and then I will level it up. And with these, you need to find really small little screws. You can't use drywall screws or anything. They need to be flush down in that thing, so when they come together, they lock into it. So those need to be really small. All right, there we go. Just have it all mounted up and level up. Now I'll get one on the wall, and we'll get it hung up and get some pictures of it. All right, there we go. I'll get some mounted to the wall and get some flowers or something in it, and take some pictures of it. Just a pretty simple project. Just go ahead and make yourself a frisbee and cut one side of it off. But I'm hoping that this doesn't scar up too bad and cut into my lucrative hand modeling career. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.